Now that you have information and we've got some mechanisms from which to share it, now it's a matter of wash, rinse, repeat, and going off and finding other groups of people, finding out what they're doing, finding out what they're sharing. And so now let me ask you this: how are you discovering? How can we discover new plots of lands for which to build our gardens, or to continue nurturing our gardens?
On Yammer, and that's where I've sort of discovered workplace communities on Yammer, or workplace, or any of the social networks. And then also on the intranet sites, you see who comments on, video or things that people have posted. So just keeping your ears open. But I think if people see the value in a community, they will keep coming back to it. And like you say, the value may go over time, and that's okay. Then the community, has served its purpose, and it may be reinvigorated in the future. But yeah, where I was before at a bank, there were like loads of communities, and I just got so much value out of them, particularly over lunchtime sessions and all that I just kept going back and, meeting people from across the organization.
I think the message here is getting out of our own space, and we can say that metaphorically or in reality, that maybe you're back in the office and you've got the four walls of your office, and you're the type of person that goes from the car park to the office and maybe to lunch, then back to the car park and then home. And maybe your conversations happen either in this sort of forum or maybe on Slack or Teams or what have you, but you don't really leave your space. What would happen if you left your space? Remember those days when we gathered around the coffee machine, right? And we had the break rooms where we talked to people and where you discovered what was happening. Hallway talks. Now, I used to pop out of my office whenever I saw somebody walking down the hallway. Hey, how's it going? I think that's why they avoided my office, now that I look at that in retrospect. But it worked, and then when you think now, if you're working from home or if you're in a hybrid situation, how do we talk to people randomly and find out what's happening out in the world? So yeah, Chris, let me flip this over. So Chris, how would you suggest that if we work in this hybrid or virtual area, how are communities then discoverable?
So if you hear purring, somebody's trying to say something. I don't know what she's trying to say. Obviously, she's not camera shy. So, some of the keys are, especially in a hybrid environment, you have to make sure that people are putting things in places where everybody has access to. So everybody's leveraging Yammer or Teams or Workplace or whatever you have. And then it's a matter of getting people comfortable, regardless of where they're working, of not just walking physical hallways if they're in the office, but walking the digital hallways. And all that is scanning the news feeds. So just like you would scan your news feed in LinkedIn, making it a practice to scan not just the communities you belong to, but actually scanning what's happening and what's being posted, what's trending in whatever tools you use. So for me, that was Workplace by Facebook. So it was doing not a scan just of my communities and my notifications, but for me, it was scanning, what are people talking about? What's bubbling up? Where are the concerns? Where are that's a new community. And that just was part of my day. And I think it needs to be part of a lot of people's day, and more so than are probably doing it now.
I love it. Digital hallways. I think we should all steal that phrase. That's a good one. But yeah, I mean, if you've got people hanging out on Teams, go into the feed and read. And even better, where appropriate, contribute. Not take over, but contribute a little bit, and at first it might be contributing to different networks in small ways, such as, oh, help me understand that, or where did you find that link, or something small, and then you can build up. If you want to really be a part of the conversation, then you start small and then you can build up so people don't feel as though you're intruding. Really about creating cohesiveness. It's about sharing conversation and, setting it up so that people keep wanting to come back and being part of the conversation. And again, I'll say it again, for those who came in late or for those who are listening later, it's not a matter of ownership. It's a matter of contribution. It's a matter of celebrating that people are sharing important knowledge with each other and with the greater community. And the more that we can celebrate that, the better off we're going to be and the stronger the community is going to be. It's almost de facto, right?